They tryna count me out. They gotta be out of their
That
mind.
water. That water.
Still make that cover.
that brown
I had to
water.
swallow my pride. Talking that money talk. I hope the feds ain't tapping my line. I got a pocket full of hope. Yeah, the other pocket full of dimes. If you ain't talking about getting rich, well, don't waste my time.
The record button has been hit. EB Hip Hop Podcast in the building.
Yes,
we here
sir.
to talk about dumbass hip hop fans.
Wow.
They all
strong
dumb.
words.
They all dumb. So, yo, I wanted to really go in on Snoop Dogg for not putting. Snoop Dogg took he took the whole role as a fan last week and did not put Eminem in his top 10 hip hop rappers of all time. I wanted to go in on him and say he's dumb, but I really wanted to touch on something that happens in hip hop. I don't know if you heard, but I've had conversations with people that said, I don't listen to white rappers. You ever heard some dumb shit like that before?
They got a bad reputation, man. Vanilla Ice. The only hot white rappers back in the days was the Beastie Boys, right?
What? You're bugging.
Come on,
who else?
Y'all gonna put some respect on. Y'all gonna put some respect on Bubba Sparks' name. Y'all gonna put some
He
respect.
said back in the day.
Oh, back in the day. Yeah, the Beastie Boys was running it.
No, Search and Third Base was running it.
Yeah, you can call that. Yeah. And they
Nah,
got
all
respect.
right, not running it, but
They were up there though. There were conversations about Third Base, right toe to toe with Big Daddy Kane. I remember they were in there.
yo,
I don't know if they got talked about with Big Daddy Kane, but they were getting talked about.
And they were calling out other rappers too. Were they calling out Hammer?
I'm just saying, you said white rappers. So white rappers don't have the best reputation. That's all I'm saying. So when people say that, it is a dumb comment, but when people say that, they basing it off commercial ass whack rap that they've heard. Not Eminem was the first of his kind. Let's be real. Like there was no, Eminem style type rapper that we could be like, oh my God. And no one came since him. He been out since what? How long has Eminem been around? 1999, 2001, something like that.
Then. Yeah.
He's been out 20 years.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. This is what's that troubles me about. Until I seen Snoop Dogg's list. So I seen his list. He had like Slick Rick on there, Run DMC. He had DMC on there. So he had Ice Cube. He chose. I was waiting for hypocrisy because that's what I want to touch on. Hypocrisy and hip hop. I was waiting to call him out and say, you're a hypocrite. You put Kendrick on your list, but he didn't. Everybody he put on his list, I couldn't really argue against. I was like,
it was an old school list.
He went the old school route, and he felt that we should pay homage to them. So I couldn't argue. But what I will argue is the dumbass hip hop fans that don't put Eminem on their list, but put Kendrick on the list, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I think this is what I think. Let's be real. I think the black community feels like we're losing hold on hip hop. So we try to exclude Eminem from the conversation. That needs to be talked about. I think this is some modern day discrimination.
Well, first of all, there's no way that black people could lose a hold of hip hop. I mean, come on. There's no way. It's basically like 90%, 95% black artists. How can we lose a hold of something that we control it by the numbers? Just off numbers, we control it. Just off that.
So I think people really need to realize hip hop is the world's now. It's the world.
Okay,
I know it started out in the African American community. I think the fear comes from things like rock and roll and jazz, where people might feel like, the white rappers are gonna get all the credit when all is said and done. When you do your Mount Rushmore, it's gonna be nothing but white rappers on the wall, and black people are not gonna get credit like rock and roll. But that leaves you open to saying dumb shit and not appreciating somebody like Eminem. So
you're trying to tell me you don't think Eminem gets his flowers? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. If Eminem was black,
he wouldn't be as
he's number one across the board.
Hold on. Eminem went diamond. Eminem has done records with Jay-Z, records with Snoop Dogg, records with Dr. Dre, records with Lil Wayne. I mean, what are you talking about? Eminem gets his flowers, bro.
All right, but then you got people like Lord Jamar, who goes on Vlad TV and says people in the hood don't listen.
Facts,
That's his opinion. But that's his
not an
opinion.
I don't know nobody who listen to Eminem.
That's true. People don't ride around in the hood listening to Eminem. I will say that, but he does get his flowers, definitely.
I see it somewhat, but that's what I wanted to see. When Snoop Dogg said what he said, I was kind of nervous that he wasn't giving Eminem his flowers. But as long as we recognize that Eminem is a killer on this mic, and there's no way he shouldn't be top 10. You know, but you're right. You know, when I work out. But as long as we recognize that Eminem is a killer on this mic, and there's no way he shouldn't be top 10.
Man, come on, man. What you guys say?
Eminem, like you said, went diamond. That's enough flowers right there, you ask me.
All his projects are platinum. All of them. There's nothing you can name that's not platinum. At least. Most of them are multiple.
It sounds like a lot of flowers right there, and I don't even know why. Why are we even talking about? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Kofi felt that Snoop Dogg disrespected him by leaving him out of his top 10, and
which means that he's in your top 10. Then, Kofi, is that right?
It's opinion.
The best rapper of all time? Yeah. How is he not?
He's in your top 10. And you just said you skip his records, though.
I skip his current ones. But what I can recognize is this dude is a dope MC. I can recognize that.
Dope MC does not mean greatest of all time. I just want to clarify that. Dope MC does not put you as greatest of all time.
Okay. Dope MC, impact, technical skills is just, for me, that puts you in the top 10. Everybody has their own criteria. I still don't understand how Dr. Dre is in people's top 10. I still don't get it.
Because he didn't write his raps? Because he didn't write his raps?
He's in
more dumb shit from hip hop fans. You're gonna put Dr. Dre in your top 10. This dumb shit. And Eminem's not in your top 10. I don't get it. Like if you're talking about skills, going diamond, the numbers are there.
Yeah,
how could he not be in anyone's top 10? How could he not?
Numbers don't mean that. Come on, man.
Let me ask you this:
It doesn't mean it's your style of music.
Is he in any of you guys' top 10?
Whoa, Maynard, give us a rundown. Somebody give us a rundown on a top 10 or top 5 even.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dumb shit is about to ensue. Maynard, please explain.
I don't have the list. I don't have a list together, but M is not on the top 10. I guarantee you that.
No particular order. No particular order. Can you name us 5 of your top 10?
Shit. That's a lot of pressure. You put a lot of pressure on me. Let me get right first, and then
no particular order, man.
I go first. Give Maynard a minute. Get his pen and his paper together. I got Jay-Z. I got Tupac. I got Nas. I want to go old school for my other 2 because they really, Big Daddy Kane, and then I'm gonna go Rakim. That would be my top 5, just off top of the head, because they impact. And I gotta throw LL in there because LL was serious. So that's 6 right there. That's 6 out of 10 right there. And Eminem didn't even come to my mind because not because he don't rap good, because I didn't listen. I wasn't just like listening to his music like that. You get what I'm saying?
But you can recognize a talented artist from afar, even if you're not listening to him.
Yeah,
you can recognize that this dude is something special.
He's a dope MC, but that does not make him top 10 just because he's a dope MC. There's a lot of rapping, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people can rap, but that does not make them top 10 because they can rap.
So he can rap and he can put together a good ass song.
Can you quote some Eminem lyrics? Just something quick. I don't think you could.
I can't quote Eminem.
Go ahead. You struggling?
Oh my gosh, the opportunity song. I sit back with this pack with this weed, and indeed it makes me the most illest MC. That I Am song. Let me tell you something about that. Oh my gosh, the opportunity song. I sit back with this pack with this weed, and indeed it makes me the most illest MC. That I Am song. Let me tell you something about that I Am song. The Game even went back and did that flow on that I Am song. That I Am song flow was one of the most impactful, influential, important flows in hip hop history. Important flows. That flow was so impeccable and so well done. If you're not giving Eminem his flowers for I Am, this is crazy. The song Stand. Everybody knows the song Stand. Right now, I probably don't know the lyrics off the top of my head, but the song Stan was a great story where a letter was wrote to him, and by the end of it, Stan killed himself, and then he read the letter after Stan died. That is a dope ass story. If we're not giving Eminem his flowers on a dope ass story, the dope ass pen game, the dope ass flow game, you're wilding. You're wild.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna agree with you on both of those, on Stan and I Am. But what I will say, did he continue to keep that kind of heat throughout his career?
You better lose yourself. Come on.
That was 8 Mile. That's 8 Mile. That's 8 Mile.
That was crazy.
He got his flowers on all that, Kof. He got his flowers on all that. He was huge. He was the #1 artist at that time. He got his flowers on all that. But that does not make him top 10 20 years later.
I sense discrimination. What else do you need to be in top 10? Minor thoughts? You good?
I mean, I don't know why we don't want to touch on nothing relevant right now, but
relevant is covered by other podcasts. This is not the relevant podcast.
Can we give a rest in peace to Malik B though?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Can we get a rest in paradise and Malik B?
Yo,
you know,
I didn't know how young he was. He's 47.
We all young out here. We all God's children. We all too young.
Cuban links, 24 carats. Who did you think was coming to dinner? It wasn't apparent. Your nigga spitter, smelling like a pound of that killer. Open the window. These suckers' lungs too tender.